Hello everyone. Before we get started, please like and share this video. It really helps me out. Also, if you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you cut on all notification bells so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And one more thing, when you're watching my videos,
You better make sure you look behind you.
I literally have nightmares after dealing with this. And I know you heard of your scary break-in stories, but what I'm about to share with you takes that to a whole nother level. And it's one that it really gets to me mentally. And even hearing loud noises startles me and it gives me PTSD. My name is Erica, and this is what happened to me. This happened when I was 19 years old. It was the summertime, and I was away from college for the summer, and I was living with my parents at the time. When this took place, both of them were actually out of town for a couple of days. I didn't want to go with them even though they offered me to go. I wanted to stay home, and I just wanted to focus on writing some things down. I was working on a book at the time, and I had dreams of becoming an author. As I was writing that, I got an alert on my phone, and it was one that kind of freaked me out. They said that a patient escaped at a mental health hospital that wasn't that far from where I lived at. The patient they showed was a man who was heavyset, and this man looked insane. But after looking at it for a few moments, I put it down, and I got back to writing my book. I didn't want any distractions, so I put my phone on mute. And unless I see a phone call from my mother or my father or something important, I didn't want my phone distracting me. I kept writing for about 2 hours. I was satisfied on how I was writing it so far. I stopped and took a break for a moment. I went downstairs and I grabbed some of my parents' wine and I poured me some in a wine glass. As I was drinking that, I nearly almost had a heart attack when I saw a large man standing in the doorway of the kitchen. He had blood all over his face, and he had blood all over his knuckles and arms as well. When I looked at the guy closely, I realized it was the escapee from the mental hospital. He looked at me, twitching his eyes, and then he grabbed a stack of plates that was sitting on the kitchen counter, slammed it down on the floor, and yelled. He started running after me. I freaked out, and I ran around the house as the man was chasing me. He kept yelling and laughing. I was crying tears as I was trying to see if there was any way I could escape, but the man was running faster. He managed to pull my hair, and he slammed me down onto the floor. He got on top of me, and he tried to bite my neck. I screamed out in pain as I could feel warm liquid oozing out of my neck. I tried to kick the guy, but then he slammed my head on the floor, and then he started to strangle me. I could feel the life coming out of me. I was frantic, begging the guy to spare me. And then the last thing I remember was everything going black. I remember waking up in the hospital with my parents standing over me, my mother crying, and my father looked worried. I was dazed for a few moments. I didn't know where I was at. And then that's when I heard my mother call out to me. Erica, sweetheart, do you know where you're at? I shook my head no. And then my father told me, sweetheart, you're in the hospital. You almost died on us. But you're okay and you're here with us now. I was quite confused for a moment. And then it all started to come back to me. I remember telling them, there was a guy who escaped it from insane. Sweetheart, it's okay. Save your strength, okay? The man was arrested. He's back where he's supposed to be at. Me and your mother just happened to come home early, and I caught the man trying to harm you. I was able to get him off of you, and I restrained him while your mother called 911. You're so lucky that you're alive, honey. We're lucky that you're alive. That man was almost going to kill you. Thank goodness we found you. I couldn't even imagine what would have happened if we had lost you, my mother added. After I recovered for a bit and I spoke with the officers, I was able to head home. I was really shaken up about what happened. And for the last couple of days after the event, I kept having nightmares about what happened. Seeing that man's face covered in blood, it scared me. Scared me to the point I had to go to a therapist just to talk about these things. I'm doing alright now, and I'm back in college right now, but I am paranoid, and some nights it's hard for me to sleep. Every now and then I still have slight nightmares about that event, but I try to push through it and not let it mess up my entire life.